Good morning, folks. Welcome to a quite dreich Mull. Weather has returned to normal. As you can see, the sky has disappeared. I'm not even going to bother taking the helmet off today. I'm soaked. So, I just want to start today by thanking everyone who sent in messages to Katie and Ian and April yesterday. That was extremely kind. The response was quite overwhelming. Far too many to post on this site. Your phone would have been pinging all night. But I know that meant an awful lot to them, and I'm in contact with the guys on a regular basis. They are my friends, they're not just my work colleagues, and they wanted me to tell you just how much they appreciated you taking the time to send in those messages, videos. That was awesome. Thank you very much, guys. So today's message is get fit to relieve joint pain. So the main cause of joint pain in the UK at the minute is osteoarthritis, and that's something that a lot of us are going to encounter at some point in our lives. But there's ways of alleviating the problems and heading them off at the pass, really. So about 9 million people in the UK at the minute suffer from osteoarthritis, but that figure is set to double by the year 2030 unless we can get a grip on our health issues at the minute. The main cause of osteoarthritis is excess weight and the overload that puts on the joints. And that's 24/7. So it's like having a rucksack on all the time. And our joints have evolved to cope with a certain amount of weight, but not excessive weight. And that's one of the main reasons why we're suffering particularly a lot with knee pain. The knees take a lot of the load of the human body, and that's where the majority of people get their osteoarthritis. Also comes in the back, in the hands, in the hips, and there's other factors that play a part. So your occupation plays a part. People like plumbers, carpenters, carpet fitters. I spoke to one of those yesterday. They have knee problems. Also, genetics play a part. So if your mother or father had issues, then it could be highly likely that you will get them as well. That reflects mainly in the hips and the hands, especially in the hands for women. Car going past, they'll be thinking I'm a nutcase speaking to myself. So one of the things that we hear a lot in consultation is I have joint pain, but I think it's just wear and tear. And it's not really wear and tear, it's more wear and repair. So what happens is that the cartilage at the end of the bones gets thinner, and the bone near that area increases its size. We actually lay down more bone in a bid to try and improve the structure of the joint. But unfortunately what happens is the joint becomes a bit misshaped and it becomes stiff and painful. And the muscle tissue around the joint becomes weaker, and that can lead to further joint pain and lack of mobility. So one of the ways we can get around that, and obviously by reducing the weight, is to employ a principle that we refer to as FIT, and that stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. Another car going past, and another person thinking I'm nuts. Yes. So this refers to your exercise and your activity. So let's go through that again. Frequency. Most days, to be honest. So remember, we want 5 days out of 7 where we're active at least. Intensity. We want you a little bit sweaty, a little bit out of breath, a little bit hot. That's fine. But remember, the thing that we use is the talk test. So I want you out of breath, but I also want you to be able to maintain a conversation. If somebody else was there and they were asking you questions, you should be able to answer back. Time. So government guidelines at the minute are 150 minutes per week. So if we're looking at 5 days, we're looking at 5 days of about 30 minutes. And that can be split up into little bouts of 10 minutes. You don't have to find a whole half hour. And in terms of the type, anything you enjoy. anything you enjoy. As long as it's active, it's getting the joints moving. So it doesn't have to be sports related. It doesn't have to be specifically a sort of exercise, a formal form of exercise. It can be gardening. It can be getting out for a nice brisk walk. That's one of the easiest ways we can do things these days. You can probably hear all the cows behind me are about to be fed. They're going a bit nutty along with the geese. So I'll finish off here. It's getting even darker. I hope you can still see me. There I am. And again, thank you for yesterday, and we'll be in touch soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.